Today is July 16th, 2020. I found out fewer than 24 hours ago the details for the class that I'll be teaching, and it starts July 26th. So we have a little over a week between right now and when students are in the class. So we had a shortened summer because we're moving to a balanced calendar. So admin's behind where they usually would be. Teachers are behind where they would usually be. We have a lot of catching up to do. So the makeup of the class will be seniors who have failed 11th grade English at least once, in some cases more than once, that need to have English 11 first semester, and if they pass that, they'll have me for English 12 second semester. So at least with English, they'll be caught up and able to graduate on time if they pass the class and the state standardized test that they need to between now and then. So there'll likely be a priority for students who traditionally have disciplinary issues, though last year, due to the virtual learning environment, there have not been as many disciplinary issues. So it'll be an interesting school year. The school year on a balanced calendar is going to be broken down into 4 quarters of 9 weeks each, with 2 to 3 week intercessions in between them in winter break. So we have pretty clean, defined segments of time, and I'll be devoting one major project to each of those. The first quarter will be the Act Local project, which will consist of students learning and researching and interviewing local causes and businesses, then writing persuasive essays as to why people should support those causes and businesses, and those essays will be published to the school social media platforms and to the city website. The second quarter will be the $10 challenge, wherein each student will be given $10 and they will be tasked with using that to do as much good in their community as they possibly can without breaking the law or using any of their own money in addition to the $10 that they are given. I've been told that Ted Dintersmith has offered to finance that project. This is the second time that I've done that project. It'll be on a little bit bigger scale. I'm told there will be 20 or fewer students in this class. And I did it with, I think there were 14 at least at the start of the last class that I did it with. So, yeah, that's where we are. That $10 challenge culminates with an exhibition where students will, they'll have to write speeches about what they did with their money and why they think that theirs was the best use of the $10 that they were given. And those speeches are given to a panel of community members with a public audience. So last time we had the superintendent, the city manager, and 3 newly elected members of the city council who attended as panel judges that judged the speeches and gave feedback to the students. Because of that, we have to think about those things and start making plans as far out as possible. So today, I'm working with when that exhibition date is going to be, right at the end of that second quarter. So I've made some emails and a couple of phone calls and tried to work out with people so that we can nail down a date. Like I said, for the first quarter, we'll be doing the Act Local project, but before we can get to the parts of writing those essays, we have to start with critique and relationship building. So the first couple of weeks we'll be doing that. The project launch involves a local baker who runs an outstanding business who is going to take orders from those students. I'll be buying them something from a list that she offers and giving them those baked goods. They will then write a critique of that baked good for the baker and hopefully utilize the lessons that I teach about giving kind, helpful, and specific critiques. Then the following week, that baker is going to come in to our class for a visit and talk about the quality of the critiques they gave and how helpful they were or weren't, as part of introducing them to the importance of local business and to make authentic, meaningful critiques, which will lead into then critiquing one another's work and so forth. There are several other steps involved. Before you can really have students understand and give each other meaningful critique, we need to practice. So they have to critique things that have nothing to do with writing in English, where there are no stakes. Something like a piece of music or a piece of art that no one's going to get their feelings hurt and we can focus properly. I'll give them opportunities to critique some of my work, and then we'll work our way to where they can critique each other in low-stakes environments, offering critique to a professional baker, constantly getting feedback for the quality of their critiques. All of that will have to happen before they're able to critique each other's writing and give and receive critique for something authentic that they're creating. So that's what we're looking at right now. I've made those arrangements. It's hard to get these things done on short notice, but and it's strange to think that we are on short notice because it's the middle of July, but we're starting sooner than usual, and you want to have dates nailed down as quickly as possible. So the next step will be getting into the weeds about, I already have that rough idea. When I start my plans, I look at when's our project launch going to be, when is our exhibition date or the final publication or whatever it is going to be. I have those things roughed out. I need to finalize them based on what I hear back from other people. And I have an idea of when are we going to have our peer reviews, revisions, writing conferences, when is each draft going to be due. I have that kind of worked out. So next it's to get into the more detailed pieces of when are we going to be doing what pieces of reading that correspond with the type of writing we're going to do, and when is what is each day going to be broken down, where do we leave room for catching up or check-ins and things like that. So there's a lot of detail work left to be done. I've been working today on physically arranging the classroom. I just built 5 tables that can hold up to 20 students that we'll have in the class, and I've got some wall repair and painting to do to get the place physically prepared, but that's where I am right now as of day one. So there's a lot of work to do and a short amount of time to get it done.